So, Merry Christmas, or Happy Holidays to whatever holiday you celebrate. So this video is going to be my introductory video to my 2023 Vloguary series. So, Vloguary, for those of you who are new here and didn't watch last year, Vloguary is basically, I don't, in my opinion, have enough content to really do a Vlogmas series in December. And so, therefore, I don't do a Vlogmas series because, I feel like a lot of channels, not all of the ones that do Vlogmas do advent calendars, but some of them do. And I feel like that would be a good little bit of content for me to do, but there's no advent calendar I want to do because you always end up with a bunch of mini skeins that I don't know what to do with. So I've decided to instead do Vloguary, which is called Vloguary because it takes place in January. And could go into February if I needed it to, and it would still have the Uary at the end of the name of the month. But basically, Vloguary is designed to follow my progress throughout the Westknits Hiberknitalong. So, yeah. So I'm going to jump right into that. So, in the past, and this is the third year of the Hiberknitalong, I didn't participate the first year, which is 2 years ago. So I started last year with the Hiberknitalong, but I plan on at some point knitting the past ones that I haven't done. So how it's worked in the past, which is a little bit different this year, is Stevens designed 2 shawl patterns, both taking the exact same number of colors, exact same amount of yarn. So if you bought yarn for one of the 2 shawls and decided you wanted it the other, you have all the yarn already. This year, it's different. You only have one choice, only one shawl to choose from, so everyone who participates will be knitting the same one. So the first year, which was 2021, was the Winter Lights shawl, or you could do the woven chevron shawl. Last year, 2022, was the spiraling cables triangle or the cable trellis shawl. And I'm wearing my cable trellis shawl because this was last year's Hiberknitalong. So if you want to know more about this, go watch last year's Vloguary series. But yeah, this was last year's. So, yeah. Last year it was a DK pattern. The year before that was fingering, and this year we're back to fingering again. So it went fingering, DK, fingering in the order of how it went. But I was not expecting there to only be one pattern this year because the only other 2 times he's done it, there's been 2 patterns. But that honestly makes the decision easier for me if there's only one pattern to choose from, because then I don't gotta go, well, which one do I want to do? So, yeah. So this year's pattern is the Aurora Cabin Shawl, and it requires 5 colors of fingering weight yarn. So, yeah, and so I will show you my 5 colors. And you guys might remember my yarns if you watched episode 2 of my podcast, because I filmed that video right after I got the yarns, and so that's in the acquisition section of episode 2. Which I just released episode 3 the other day, so yeah. So here is color A, because it goes A, B, C, D, E. This is, and I got all 5 of my yarns at the Fall Fiber Fair in Hopkins, Minnesota, which, if you're wondering, happens the first Saturday of November every year at the Eisenhower Community Center in Hopkins, Minnesota. This was my first year going, but yeah, I enjoyed it. So 4 out of 5 of my yarns are the same base, and then my 5th yarn is different because I couldn't find a good enough color in this yarn. But this is Petal and Hank. I can't find anything about Petal and Hank online whatsoever. In fact, Petal and Hank didn't even have a booth at the festival. Get Ben's Farm had a booth, and they happened to be selling some Petal and Hank yarn. The lady who dyes Petal and Hank yarn happened to be there, but her yarn was being sold at the Get Ben's Farm booth. But all of her yarns are naturally dyed, and this is it's 430 yards, 100 grams, and it is 75% merino wool and 25% tussa silk. So here, yeah. And yeah, each one of these is dyed with different things because, again, it's natural dyes. So there's no names for the colors, so I'm just going to tell you what they're dyed from. So color A here is dyed from Kutch, Marigold, and Madder. So it says right there what it's dyed from. And Petal and Hank. Then here's my color, and this is kind of a gold if you're wondering. So here's my color B, it's this red. Yes, nice red. It's the same yarn, but this one is dyed from Madder and Marigold. I don't know if just omitting the Kutch makes it more red. I don't know, because there's Madder and Marigold in this one as well, but they added Kutch to this one, so I don't know if omitting that makes it red or not. I don't know anything about natural dyes, so I don't know. I just bought it because I liked it. Then my color C is this tan, and this is called Black Walnut. Yeah, Black Walnut, and it's really nice tan color. That's color C. Also, color C is the one you need the most yardage of, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And then here's color D. It's kind of a tannish gold. I don't know, it's ever so slightly variegated. The rest of my yarns are all solids, but Steven had 1 variegated yarn in his color palette, so that's fine. This is the one the whole thing's based off of as well. So, and again, same yarn. This one is dyed from onion skins and sapin wood. So here it says right there, onion skins and sapin wood. Yeah. So that is color D. Then here is, excuse me, my color E, this nice brown. This is a different yarn from the other 4 because Petal and Hank didn't have a nice shade of brown. She had another color that I liked, but unfortunately she only had it in DK, so, but since she didn't actually have a booth there and her yarn was being sold at the Get Ben's Farm booth, like I mentioned before, she didn't 100% have to be manning the booth all the time, and she could wander around the festival a little bit. And it's a really small festival, it's just in a gymnasium, so yeah, picture a festival in a small gymnasium. It's not very big at all. So you can pretty much see the entire festival from anywhere you're standing. So yeah. But anyways, so she was nice enough to bring those yarns with her to the other booth I was looking at yarn at, because she helped me pick out my final color, because I hadn't yet paid for them in case I found something different that I liked, but I ended up going with my initial instinct anyways. But she helped me pick out this brown. The lady from Pedal and Hang came over to this other booth with me. So this is from Dresso Family Farm, and it is 100% Cormo wool, and the color is called Natural Brown, which Dresso Family Farm does do some natural dyes as well. I resisted the urge to buy this, but Dresso Family Farm also had a skein dyed from an avocado pit, and I wanted it, but I couldn't afford it because I only budgeted to get enough yarn for my Hiberknitalong. So yeah, because that's what I specifically went to shop for. But yeah, these are 200 yard skeins, which is why I have 2 of them. She does do 400 yard skeins as well, but she didn't have a 400 yard skein in this particular color. So that's why I have 2 200 yard skeins. But the price of 2 200 yard skeins is the same as a 400 yard skein, just that it's in 2 pieces. So yeah, so that's my color E, my color E. So yeah. So, yeah. So here's all of the colors together. I think those are really nice together. So, I do have a quick question for you guys, and leave a comment down below with your opinion. But this is the shirt that I picked out to go with the shawl. And I'm wanting your guys' opinion if you think it does go with it, or if I should find another shirt. So I'm going to try to hold it all up at the same time, which might be a little bit tricky to do, but I'll come closer so you can see it better. Alright, so here's the, okay, yeah, this is kind of awkward, but here's the yarn and here's the shirt. So, yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you guys think that, I don't know what that was on my yarn, get rid of that. Yeah, comment down below if you guys think this shirt works with my yarn or if I should find something different, because I need an honest opinion, because I've only gotten opinions from a few people, and opinions have all been positive so far. But yeah, so let me know what your opinion is. But this is brown and gold and then white, which there's no white in my yarn, but the brown and the gold is what we're looking at here. So, because any shirt I could find at the store really only brought out 2 of the colors of my palette. I didn't really find a shirt that had all 5 colors, so I went with this one because this was the most me shirt I could find. Like, this one totally is a shirt that I would wear. And even if I found a better shirt, I would have still bought this shirt anyways, so. But yeah, so that is what I have to potentially go with my Aurora cabin shawl. So again, let me know in the comments if you think that works, or if I should find something different. Just let me know. Because I have the entire month of January to go shopping if I should need to. And inevitably I'll find myself in another store anyways, because I might in a few weeks go to TJ Maxx and look around, so who knows. But if you're wondering where I got this shirt, I got it at KMG. So yeah. So that is my stuff for the Aurora cabin shawl for the Hiberknitalong. So yeah, that's my stuff for the 2023 Hiberknitalong. We cast on December 26th. So, yeah, I know I'm calling it the 2023 Hiberknitalong. If you want to get technical, it's 2022, 2023 Hiberknitalong, because New Year's is in the middle of the knit-along. Well, more towards the beginning of it, but yeah, you cast on the day after Christmas, so yeah. So anyways, I'm Andrew. Thank you for checking in here at the Neon Knitter, and I will see you when episode 1 of Vloguary is published or posted or whatever. So, alright, I'll see you in the next video.